Hey everybody, Silverback here. Got a little experiment I'm gonna be doing today. I'm sure y'all seen this video.
Got one more unit. I've been shot at.
Are you injured? It's on DPAC with the air unit following the vehicle. We want to try to combine channels. So for Charlie 1, are you injured?
It's Charlie 4. I'm not injured.
Okay, copy. 6-1, I'm going to switch over to DTAC so we can...
Watch out! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired again!
Copy. Where are you at, Charlie 4?
Going northbound eastern from Charleston. Hey, back up! He's shooting! Get down! Hey, the other one's up there! Hey, the other one right up there!
That's right, you guessed it. That's what I am gonna do today. I got this here set up. See a windshield? It's got the kind of angle. I kind of made this out of reused pallets, but it's got the angle like a windshield on a vehicle. I mean, if you look over there at that Dodge truck, it's actually probably leaning a little bit more than that. So I know, sorry about all the shaking there, putting the camera down. But I know out in Arizona, I believe I was told they use 40 caliber, but I don't have a 40 cal, so I'm gonna use 9. But I bought some of these Spear Gold Dot 124 grain GDHPs. Okay, these are a plus P 9mm, closest to what I figure law enforcement uses. Pretty nice round. So we're gonna go ahead and load it up into my SIG P320, which is something else law enforcement uses. I don't know if they use it everywhere or if that's what they were using out there. And then we're going to go ahead and kind of mimic it and see how accurate it was for this police officer to shoot through the windshield at the perpetrators who were running away. I mean, they were shooting back at him and everything, at the police that were chasing him. So these guys were putting their lives on the line doing this. You know, and police officers, you know, they're ordinary people just like us, doing a job as well. But you know, this guy obviously he had his act together. He stayed very well calm and did what he had to do to end the situation. And you know, my hat's off to him, man. I think he did a good job. He followed through really well, and you know, brought the situation to an end. I mean, you can see at one point he's like he rolls down his window and tries to put the gun out the other side, and he's like, yeah, maybe not, because he didn't feel like he could, I guess, properly hit his target with that way. So his best option was to shoot through the windshield, and he got his target that way. Ooh, freaking hornets running around here, man. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna set it up so y'all can see the windshield as I shoot through it, and then we'll look at, if you notice, I put a target down there, and it's taped to a 63 Impala hood, so that's good thick steel. All right, so basically just trying to mimic, I guess, the vehicle in a sorts, but I want to see how accurate I can be in hitting this target wherever I can hit it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up and we'll get rolling. All right, you can probably see the gun. Got a good aim on the target. I'm about the same distance as the police officer was, so I'm gonna do it one hand like he did at first. Okay, looks like I hit the target. Let's go take a look. And as you see, what happened to the glass. Now, the windshield's not shattering back at me because it's designed not to shatter, as I showed you in a previous video where it's laminated. But let's see how accurate I was. Wasn't really aiming down the sights, but I still hit my target. Still hit him. I punched 3 shots through, and I only hit him twice. So let's go ahead and go back and set it back up, and we'll try it with the 2 hands. As you can tell, like in the one section, he was aiming at the target. All right, now I'm gonna take aim how he was. And like I said, no more glass flash back at me. There's my shots through the windshield. Okay, now these are plus P's, so they're a little bit more powerful, so it's not really bothering my aim too much. It's blowing right through them. You can see where the glass is actually shooting out and hitting the target as well, so it's blowing right through them. Yeah, so I guess in that instance he was right to do what he did, because that way was more accurate than using his weak hand and shooting out the side window. So regardless of him taking a chance at ruining his vehicle, which was for a good cause, because as you can see clearly it will still do the trick. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that again. I'm gonna do 1 hand and then 2 hands again and see what the difference is, because actually the first time not aiming down the gun I totally missed the target, but I still got a decent grouping. But so let me try again one-handed and see if I can get any closer. I'll put a little bit more aim into it, but I wasn't aiming down the sights at all. I just kind of put the gun out there and shot it like he was doing. All right, one-handed again. 3 shots. 3 more shots. See, I'm still kind of going through the same little area, which that's kind of what he did. So we'll go over here and miss the target, hit it, hit it. These are actually chunks of glass that are flying from the windshield with the bullet and hitting the target as well. Let's see, I am probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 foot away from the target. So I figured that's probably about the distance he was when he came up behind him and started shooting. So let's go ahead and put the aim on again and see what we got. Sure hope y'all can see the gun and the projectiles going through the windshield. So I'm gonna shoot a little higher. This time I'm gonna do both hands and aim and see where I get. But I'm sitting in a chair trying to mimic like I'm sitting in the driver's seat and aiming over the dashboard, obviously, like he was doing. And the only advantage I have that he didn't have is I'm sitting still, I'm not moving. He was bouncing around. You can see the car bouncing around, hitting the bumps in the road and everything, and he still managed to procure his target and get them to come to a halt. So he did a great job in the follow through, fumbled a little bit with the magazine, but he was still quick to realize, hey, I had it backwards, switch it, and subdued the situation. And you know, all around they did a good job. I mean, the chase lasted probably a little bit longer than it should have, but you know, they had to make sure for the safety of others that they were in the correct spot to do what they did to end the situation. So, all right, well, let me aim down the sights. See what we got. Again, hitting the target. Hitting the target. All right, there's all my bullets. So let's go take a look. All through the same spot. Same general radius on the windshield. So, I mean, it's effective, you know, so it works. So, you know, as a tip out there for police officers everywhere, a windshield only costs a couple $100, so, you know, protect yourself, protect others. If you have to shoot through your windshield, you know it's possible, and it's not going to affect your aim at all. So I mean, I still really wasn't 100% aiming down the sights because I wanted to make sure I was as close to having the difficulty level that the police officer had while he was driving, because I'm sure the ups and downs and bouncing around like this, as you can see his body cam is doing as he's hitting the bumps in the road and things, definitely makes it so it's a lot harder to aim down the sights. So I kind of half-assed aim down the sights, but you know, I'm getting good results regardless. Those are definitely all kill shots, so there you have it. Just a quick little experiment I wanted to do after seeing that video. It was making my wheels turn, and hey, I proved it works. Here's our windshield from the outside. As you can see, the lamination in the glass. Like I said, windshields are laminated glass, designed that way specifically so when something does hit the windshield, it doesn't shatter back in your face and, you know, hurt you, get glass on your eyes. As you can see, I have no glass on me, was not touched by any bit of glass anywhere. All the glass came out with the projectile, so completely safe. I knew I was going to be safe. That's why I'm just wearing my general eye and ear protection for regular shooting. So, all right, well, there you have it. I got a few more bullets, so I'm just going to shoot a few more just for fun and see how I do. I'm going to do this from a standing position this time, and so that way I can shoot through the top part, not through the same holes I was already shooting from, and then we'll go from there with it. Yeah, wait, I got one more round. Let me move over. Boom. I mean, if you can see the target from here, they're going right where I'm putting them. I mean, they might have a slight bit of deflection, but not a whole lot. So, effective, very effective. Well, all right, everybody, hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Like I said, when I saw that video for the first time, kind of got my wheels to turning, especially after I did that other glass video where I shot through the 7 layers of windshields with different calibers. These Spear Gold Dots, man, 124 grain plus P, pretty good. All 20 of them ran beautifully through my gun, but then again, there's not much that doesn't run really well through that P320. So, excuse me, a little bit of indigestion, too many bananas. But yeah, that's just, it was something I just really wanted to try. Came out here yesterday and, you know, took all these pallets apart so I could build this little makeshift stand for the windshield, so it was kind of, like I said, still had that same angle and everything, trying to make it as ballistically correct as I could, even though I wasn't doing all the motions like he was, and I'm not driving and concentrating on, you know, following behind the perpetrators and signaling into or radioing into dispatch and telling them where I'm going and how things are happening, like he had to do. I mean, so he was multitasking on a level much higher than I was, for sure. His training definitely came into play very well. You know, like I said, again, my hat's off to that officer. He did a good job and he followed through really well. So, you know, they're out there doing their job. You know, I can't say all of them are, but that guy definitely was. Those guys, you know, they had a tough circumstance in which they were faced with that day, and they took care of the situation, and you know, I have to commend them for doing that. So, but all right, well, again, woundedwear.org. Get out here, support the sacrifice like I'm doing. Go check them out. Also, don't forget about the 100 subscriber giveaway that I have, that NC Star red dot site, or no, it's a green dot site, sorry. Very nice site. I haven't had yet chance to play with it or anything, because I had this video in mind that I wanted to do with this windshield thing. I had the opportunity to get another windshield, so I took it and ran with it. But yeah, I'm getting close to 300. So what I think I'll do is, for when Mike Bryant gets to 100 subs, I'll give away the green dot reticle. And then when I get to 300 subs, I'll give away that tube style, like, not reticle, the green dot sight. And then I'll give away that tube style sight on my 300 subscriber giveaway. So again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon, Gorillas and Guns /thing, patreon.com. I'm also Gorillas and Guns on Gunstreamer, so check me out over there. Not sure if Mike Bryant made the transition over there yet or not. But yeah, you can check out the Gorillas and Guns Facebook group. Ask to join, ask to be a member. I'll gladly accept you. It's all about good 2A, you know, fun and getting together and sharing 2A experiences, and you know, just 2A news in general, because there's a lot of 2A news going on around the country right now. Sharing our thoughts, opinions, you know, with like-minded people. So that's always a good time to, you know, get together with a bunch of like-minded people in the community and, you know, express our thoughts and feelings on things. I got a couple guys who post up good deals. Mike Bryant's one of the guys who posts up good deals on there. If y'all come to the Hank Strange podcast on the Lifestyles of Locked and Loaded, y'all know who the Archangel is. He throws up some good deals that he finds up there on the Facebook group. So good stuff, lots of good stuff, big things in the future, I'm hoping. So all right, until next time, keep calm and carry a banana. Have fun.